Picture this. You wake up in the morning, log into your browser, and with a single sentence, book me a train ticket to Berlin for Friday evening and find a top-rated Italian restaurant nearby. You set your digital world in motion. You don't hit a dozen sites, chase emails, or squint at endless forms. Instead, by the time you've showered and had coffee, your AI browser has not only booked your ticket, but also reserved a table at the city's most popular trattoria. Your day just got a lot easier. That's not a sci-fi vision anymore, it's knocking at our door right now. Opera Neon, the world's first fully agentic AI browser, promises to move us past the age of tabs and manual clicks into a new era, one where your browser is your assistant, your agent, even your creator. But as excitement builds, a pressing question emerges. Are we racing towards a digital paradise, or rolling the dice on a whole new set of risks? Let's dive deep into this technological leap, exploring what Opera Neon really is, why the industry is abuzz, and what's at stake as our browsers get smarter and, perhaps, a little too helpful. Because this isn't just about tech, it's about the future of work, privacy, and trust in a world where your web browser might soon know you better than you know yourself. To truly appreciate the seismic shift Opera Neon represents, we first need to step back and see how the humble web browser evolved from a mere window to the internet into the potential nerve center of our digital lives. For most of the past 30 years, web browsers were just that, browsers. Tools to display websites, let us fill out forms, maybe check email, watch a video, or shop. Sure, browsers like Chrome and Firefox got faster, safer, and more mobile-friendly, but the core experience remained the same. You did the work, and the browser obeyed. Then, artificial intelligence exploded onto the scene. In the last few years, AI has supercharged everything from search, think Google's AI summaries, to writing assistants, and even shopping recommendations. But all these advances were scattered, isolated in separate apps and tools. The browser itself, often the dashboard of modern life, was strangely left behind. Opera saw an opportunity. Recognizing that most of our interactions, shopping, planning, booking, researching, happen within the browser, they asked, what if your browser could do the work for you? Enter Opera Neon. Revealed at Opera's Browser Days 2025 event in Lisbon, Opera Neon is not just an update, but a radical reimagining of what a browser can be. Neon is agentic. It doesn't just display web pages, but understands and acts upon them. Whether it's auto-filling complex forms, searching for the best deal, researching options, or even creating content, Opera Neon leverages the latest advances in AI to work in the background, often autonomously, sometimes offline, and always aimed at freeing up your time. According to Henrik Lexo, Opera's senior AI product director, Opera believes now is the time for AI agents and what Opera calls Web 4.0. Their vision, a browser that doesn't just passively respond, but proactively assists, creating a new playground for both users and developers. So what does agentic really mean in this context? Instead of telling your browser, step by step, what to do, find this, click that, fill this, you tell it your end goal. The browser then navigates through the internet's chaos on your behalf. Want to report on the top 5 fintech startups in Europe? Neon will search, filter, summarize, and present its findings. Need a simple game coded for your website? Neon's AI can research, assemble, and even generate the code, drawing from a vast library of templates and online knowledge. The magic isn't just in the AI models. Many browsers dabble in AI through plugins or cloud features, but in how deeply integrated and autonomous Opera Neon aims to be. The core browser operator, Opera's foundational AI agent, can perform end-to-end tasks, learning from the document object model, DOM, of web pages, acting contextually, and even running work sessions in a cloud-hosted virtual machine while your computer is asleep. Imagine asking, order a bouquet of flowers for my mother in Paris, with a card that says, Happy Birthday. Neon will locate shops, compare prices, fill in the delivery details, and only ping you for final confirmation. In a live demo, the Opera team showed just that. The AI operator ordered flowers for a journalist, almost entirely unaided, minus a gentle nudge or two. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. The AI-powered assistant space is heating up. Microsoft Edge now offers Copilot, built in for summarizing documents and assisting with writing. Brave, known for its privacy-first ethos, is pioneering an on-device GPT assistant, promising both smart features and data security. Sigma AI Browser brands itself as a workspace for creative flow, integrating discovery and content creation tools right inside the browsing experience. Even Mozilla is working hard on AI-powered privacy and security features. But Opera Neon aims to leapfrog them all with its promise. Hands-off, fully autonomous browsing, not just smarter search boxes or chat-based helpers, but a browser that literally does the web for you. Christian Calandra, EVP of Opera Software, put it bluntly: the browser operator marks the first step towards shifting the role of the browser from a display engine to an application that is agentic and performs tasks for its users. It's a shift as big as the move from static web pages to dynamic apps. There's real excitement. It's interesting to see how much Browser Operator has developed into a fully fledged agentic AI browser, marveled tech journalist Gavin Phillips, who's tracked Neon's prototype journey from clunky demos to the polished previews of 2025. Let's step back for a second. If Opera Neon works as promised, the consequences go far beyond digital convenience. First, there's efficiency. The time savings are obvious. No more manually slogging through complex forms, price comparisons, or tedious research. For businesses, this could be explosive, automating repetitive knowledge work, accelerating procurement, customer service, competitive analysis, the list goes on. Second, there's accessibility. For users less comfortable with technology, agentic browsers could be a great equalizer, breaking down barriers and empowering everyone to harness the web's full potential. But with all revolutions come risks. As Opera Neon moves from invite-only test beds to potential mass adoption, the enthusiasm is mixed with serious questions and headaches. Let's get real. Every time technology promises to save us time, it often comes with new costs, some hidden, some immediate. The first and most urgent concern: privacy. For a browser to truly be agentic, it needs access to your logins, your purchase history, your preferences, and sometimes even your personal data. Opera claims Neon will process much of this locally to enhance privacy, but the browser's AI agents can also work through cloud-hosted virtual machines. Where do your requests go? How much does the AI learn about you? Who owns the data and the action logs when tasks are processed remotely? Brave's approach is telling. Their GPT assistant is strictly on-device, explicitly designed to keep all AI processing private. In contrast, Neon's hybrid model, switching between local and cloud-based processing, offers flexibility, but the privacy implications are complex. For sensitive tasks, like managing finances or booking travel, is convenience worth potentially exposing your digital life to unknown risks? Then, there's the chilling effect on employment. Peter McKee, VP of Developer Relations at Sonar, frames it pragmatically. AI brings a tremendous opportunity to the software space as demands on developers mount. Automated browsers could free humans from drudgery, and let's be honest, no one loves wrangling web forms. But when browsers can research, plan, write, and code, what happens to the millions whose jobs depend on these once essential tasks? Experts warn of job displacement, not just in IT or customer support, but across industries. Knowledge work that once required specialized skill could become point and click, or even single prompt easy. This isn't idle speculation. History shows that every leap in automation, from factories to spreadsheets, has left some workers scrambling to adapt. Will AI browsers open new skills frontiers, or widen the gap between those who adapt and those left behind? The specter of algorithmic bias is also lurking. AI agents learn from existing data. If they optimize for speed or popularity, they may reinforce biases, selecting sources, deals, or recommendations that, intentionally or not, amplify stereotypes or exclude lesser-known options. What happens if your browser's idea of a top restaurant always pushes the same big chains, subtly crowding out small local businesses? The future could bring even stickier challenges. As AI browsers generate content, drafting reports, building websites, summarizing news, who ensures the accuracy, fairness, and originality of what they produce? The battle against misinformation and disinformation is already fierce. Automated tools might supercharge both productivity and the spread of errors or falsehoods. There's also the matter of user trust and transparency. Can you audit the decisions your browser makes? If Neon books the best flight, how does it define best? Price, time, airline reputation, or paid sponsorship? What happens when an AI agent learns enough about you to anticipate your every move? In a world where browsers are both helpers and gatekeepers, Ensuring transparency becomes not just a nice-to-have, but crucial for trust. A recent report from CMS Wire summed it up. AI enhances web development by automating tasks while preserving the need for human creativity. But if browsers automate the creative process itself, does human creativity get squeezed out, or does it become more strategic? Regulators are watching closely. With Europe already pioneering ambitious data privacy laws and new AI regulations on the horizon, the browser wars could soon be fought as much in courts and parliaments as in code. Companies that move too fast risk pushback. Those that lag may be left irrelevant. Yet for now, Opera is pressing ahead. They've positioned Neon as a playground, an evolving experiment in what's possible, with early users shaping its development. Opera's other browsers, Opera One, Opera Mini, Opera Air, will continue, but Neon stands apart, both as a technical marvel and as a testing ground for the future web. The question now, can Opera and the entire industry find the right balance between automation, privacy, and ethics before mass adoption sets in? Are users truly ready to embrace agentic browsers, or will fear, confusion, and backlash slow things down? As Neon's invites begin rolling out, we stand at a crossroads. Do we welcome our new digital agents with open arms or tread carefully into this uncharted territory? The second half of our story will dig deeper. Who stands to win or lose from the rise of agentic browsers? What's next for competitors like Microsoft, Brave, and Sigma? And most crucially, are we really prepared for a future where your browser is your most trusted and possibly most powerful digital ally? Stay tuned. So, as we look into the next era of web browsing, let's imagine where agentic AI browsers like Opera Neon might take us. Picture this. In just a couple of years, browsing the web the old-fashioned way, clicking, searching, and form-filling, might start to feel as archaic as dialing up a modem today. Opera Neon isn't just automating the web, it's reimagining how we interact with information entirely. Let's dive into possible scenarios that will emerge as fully agentic browsers move towards mainstream adoption. First, envision a world where your browser knows your preferences better than your closest friends. Need to book a vacation? Neon can compare hundreds of deals, consider your past travel history, dietary needs, and even your tolerance for layovers, all without you having to specify every detail. The vision, according to Henrik Lexo, Opera's senior AI product director, is that Opera Neon will enable users to do things they simply cannot do in any other browser, and even make things for them. This is the future of personalization, brought to life by agentic AI. Your browser becomes a true digital assistant, one capable of not only assisting but autonomously carrying out tasks on your behalf. Order flowers, arrange meetings, summarize research, and maybe even negotiate better deals, all while you're busy elsewhere. But these new powers come with a price, and not just a subscription fee. There are real risks and consequences. The most immediate is the challenge to privacy. Even though Opera Neon is working on local processing and using clever engineering to keep most of your data out of the cloud, any agent acting with autonomy needs access to more of your personal details. With greater power comes greater responsibility, as the old saying goes. Who decides which data Neon can access, and how is it protected? Secondly, there's this question of job displacement and an evolving workforce. As more routine digital tasks become automated, from booking travel to generating reports and even coding basic websites, what happens to the people whose daily work consists of these very things? Some pundits worry about a new wave of white-collar automation. Others, like Peter McKee, VP at Sonar, see opportunity. AI brings a tremendous opportunity to the software space as demands on developers mount. It's a crossroads. For some, agentic browsers will free up time to focus on creative, complex work, the sort humans do best. For others, it may mean reevaluating the skills needed to thrive in an AI-first workplace. We might see a shift in what it means to be good at the internet, less about searching, more about directing and collaborating with AI agents. Another key area of consequence is trust and bias. An AI agent making purchases or curating information must be transparent and fair. But if an algorithm decides which offers you see or which news gets summarized for you, who checks for subtle biases? This isn't just a technological concern, it's a question of digital ethics. The next wave of browsers will need robust regulatory frameworks and transparent algorithms to ensure fairness and accountability. The industry knows this. As recent reports highlight, competitors like Brave and Mozilla are doubling down on privacy and user control, while Microsoft Edge integrates Copilot with an emphasis on user empowerment. Of course, there's also the issue of misinformation. As agentic browsers begin to generate content, summarize articles, and even craft entire websites, the potential for the spread of disinformation increases. How will Opera Neon and its competitors safeguard against this? There's talk of built-in fact-checkers and clearer provenance tags for AI-generated content, but these are still early days. Stepping back, it's also worth asking, how will this change the competitive landscape? Opera's bold move with Neon is already forcing giants like Microsoft and niche innovators like Sigma and Brave to accelerate their AI strategies. We're witnessing a race, not just for market share, but for the very definition of what a browser can be. According to Christian Calandra, EVP of Opera Software, the browser operator marks the first step towards shifting the role of the browser from a display engine to an application that is agentic and performs tasks for its users. So what can viewers, regular users, developers, content creators do with all this? First, recognize the practical benefits and be proactive. If you're an early adopter, Opera Neon offers a unique sandbox to experience AI agents firsthand. You can join the invite list and, once in, begin automating tasks that previously took up valuable time. No more juggling tabs to compare prices or cutting and pasting receipts for your expenses. Neon will do it for you, reporting back only when there's a real decision to be made. Over time, your interactions will help shape how the browser evolves. If you're a creative professional or developer, the implications are even more significant. Neon can generate code snippets, draft reports, or even design websites based on simple instructions. For freelancers and teams, this could mean less time spent on repetitive work and more time bringing big ideas to life. But it also means learning to work in partnership with AI, guiding, refining, and checking the agent's output rather than starting from scratch every time. And for those concerned with privacy and security, Opera is betting that local AI processing and transparent controls will help set a new standard. You'll have more say over what's shared and when, and can expect competitors to follow suit or risk losing trust. Perhaps the most important lesson is this: agentic AI browsers don't just make the web easier, they change the rules. In the coming years, being digitally literate will mean understanding how to collaborate with, audit, and even challenge the outcomes produced by these browser agents. Schools and workplaces will need to teach not only how to use a browser, but how to supervise an AI one. There's also a growing need for critical thinking. If your browser is summarizing the world for you, it's vital to occasionally look behind the curtain and verify what your agent delivers. Passive use of AI can make life easier, but active engagement is the only way to truly harness its benefits without falling prey to its weaknesses. All this brings us back to the question that started our journey. Will the benefits of agentic automation outweigh the risks? And how will we respond as AI browsers become the new normal? The answer for now is nuanced but optimistic. The efficiency gains and creative opportunities are enormous, and for many, irresistible. Tasks that once took hours become near instant. You regain time for family, projects, or simply to relax. It's a genuine leap forward, reminiscent of the transition from typewriters to computers. Yet the risks, loss of privacy, job displacement, the potential for bias, are real, and only robust transparency, regulation, and user vigilance will keep them in check. As Neon's demo showed, even cutting-edge AI still needs a gentle prod. The technology isn't perfect and likely never will be, but every new iteration inches closer to that vision of seamless, intelligent assistance. The real question may not be, should we adopt agentic browsers, but rather, how can we shape them in line with our values? So, what can you do today? Stay curious. Sign up for access to Opera Neon if you can. Experiment with its agentic features when they arrive. Give feedback. Remember, Opera openly says the community will shape Neon's evolution. If you work in tech or digital fields, start learning how to collaborate with AI agents. And even if you're skeptical, don't tune out. The shift is coming, and informed users will be in the best position to control their digital destiny. Oh, and here's the secret fact you might not know. According to leaks from recent developer events, Opera is quietly experimenting with browser agents that can negotiate prices automatically with online shops. Imagine your browser haggling on your behalf, searching not just for the lowest price, but for hidden discounts only accessible via real-time chat. It's not here yet, but it's a sign of just how much agentic browsers could reshape our relationship with the web. The age of passively surfing the internet is drawing to a close. The future browser will be your digital partner, sometimes working in the background, sometimes collaborating with you, but always expanding the boundaries of what's possible online. The only real question left: are you ready to let your browser do the surfing for you? If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit subscribe, join the conversation in the comments. Would you trust an agentic browser to book your next trip or negotiate a deal for you? What's your biggest hope or fear about this new era?